Take it to the farmer. It was Dr. Norman Borlaug's last words and is the most concise expression of the culture and spirit of the Sasakawa Africa Association. The take it to the farmer concept, which stems from Dr. Borlaug's own life experiences, clearly conveys the SAA spirit of determination. Take it to the farmer. For more than 50 years, Dr. Norman Borlaug had battled against hunger and poverty in developing countries. As the driving force behind the extraordinary change in agriculture known as the Green Revolution, which swept India and Pakistan in the 1960s, he became both celebrated and controversial.
I grew up on the land, on a small farm in northeast Iowa. Life was not always easy. I experienced the economic depressions of the 1930s. And from this experience, I felt that families on the land needed help from scientists, and I dedicated my life to science, and especially to food production.
To mark the 100-year anniversary of Dr. Borlaug's birth, a symposium was held in Jinja City in the Republic of Uganda from July 10th to 11th, 2014. The symposium looked back on his achievements and also re-examined the issues on food security that Africa continues to face, underscoring the importance of agriculture.
On accelerated agricultural growth and transformation for shared prosperity and improved livelihoods. Let me reflect on a few of their commitments for you to hear, and also now to discuss with the heads of state that you have done this. You committed yourselves to this. The heads of state again committed themselves to having poverty by 2025 through inclusive agricultural growth and transformation.
The event attracted participants from different fields, including policymakers and young generations.
This commemorative symposium, ladies and gentlemen, should therefore enhance the ideas which motivated Dr. Borlaug and his colleagues to focus on the disadvantaged rural person in Africa.
Ensure that no child will ever go to bed hungry.
Yes, Sasakawa Africa Association started 25 years ago, about November last year, way back in 1986. Sasakawa Senior, Roichi, now late, called Norman Borlaug, Dr. Norman Borlaug. He's also late now, and said, you know what, I'm watching what is happening in Ethiopia. I'm not happy with it. Can you help me to go and do something in Africa? And then from what I'm told, Norman Borlaug said, oh, I'm too old now. What can I do? And then Sasakawa Senior said, if you say you are old, how about me? Let's start. And so when Roichi Sasakawa died, Sasakawa Senior died, his son Yohei promised to continue to carry the mantle with the father's goal of trying to rid Africa of hunger and malnutrition. So he challenged him, and then he agreed, and then they enlisted the support of the former president of the USA, Jimmy Carter.
It is to Yohei Sasakawa's enduring credit that the Nippon Foundation has given such constant and generous support to the Carter Center, to Sasakawa Africa Association, and to the people of Africa over this long period. It is a record that few donors can match. Indeed, for many years, African agriculture was not fashionable with the donor community, and often Norman Borlaug seemed to be one of the few voices speaking for the continent's small-scale farmers in their struggle against hunger and poverty. Today, 30 years later, the world is beginning to respond to the powerful examples of progress and economic development through agriculture. Today, we should continue to pursue this dream of a green revolution in several African countries based on investment in and respect for the small-scale farmer. This, then, is the true legacy of my friend Norman Borlaug. Years after his passing, his efforts continue to help feed the world.
Let's take a look at the activities of the SAA. Roughly 80% of the population in the sub-Saharan Africa depends on agriculture to produce food and income. Yet, agricultural productivity is stagnating because of decreasing soil fertility and changing rainfall patterns. Moreover, high population growth adds to food insecurity, leading to more poverty, child stunting, and malnutrition. This problem cannot be solved fundamentally through provision of material or equipment, including money, food supplies, and agricultural machinery. What is more important is to build capacity of smallholder farmers to increase productivity and generate income through continuous support through training and demonstration. For smallholder farmers in Africa to improve productivity and their livelihood to get out of poverty, enhancing yield is not enough. It is also necessary that the harvested produce is properly processed and stored to meet required quality standard. It is important that farmers then have access to markets to sell their products. SAA's strategy is to help farmers benefit from a better participation in the agricultural value chain. In order to respond adequately to farmers' demands and offer expert knowledge, SAA has created 5 thematic areas within its portfolio: crop productivity enhancement, post-harvest and agro-processing, public-private partnership, human resource development, and monitoring, evaluation, learning, and sharing. Theme 1. Crop Productivity Enhancement. The theme introduces improved agricultural technologies to farmers and extension agents, such as new varieties, efficient use of organic and inorganic fertilizer, crop protection, and other good agricultural practices.
So we use an approach called the technology farmer learning platforms, where we use the technology option plots, the women-assisted demonstrations, and the production test plots. Those are at first step adopters. So these adopters also help to teach other farmers who we cannot reach, but through the community-based facilitators and lead farmers like Madame here. Now we encourage them, because they come from groups which have a membership of around 20 group members. We encourage them to also teach those groups to teach others, so that we can reach as many more farmers as possible.
In the year 2000, Sasakawa Global 2000 came up with upland rice, a number of varieties, but we started with America 4. Now, this variety, rather crop, came in as a substitute for those traditional crops that we are no longer benefiting the farmers here in Uganda. And eventually, it came up as both the food and the cash crop. So, because of that gap that we had to build as farmers in sustaining ourselves, we had to adopt upland rice production. I've educated him through the process of NERICA. Next week, he's going back to Kyambogo University in Kampala for his second year, so that the whole of this congregation will be part of the celebrants of
the NERICA Day. So basically, they have really accepted and welcomed Sasakawa in Uganda to reach as many farmers as possible, to promote food security and income security.
Theme 2. Post-harvest handling and agro-processing. This theme concerns post-harvest handling and agro-processing. Appropriate value-adding and storage technologies that reduce losses and biological damage to produce due to mold and insect infestations. It gives farmers an option to keep their products until the market price is favorable to them. Also, using agricultural machinery to process crops reduces the amount of labor required and can raise the value of products. Some of the participants in the SAA training on threshing methods have purchased their own threshers and started threshing businesses in their localities. In Ethiopia, some of these entrepreneurs have increased their yearly income tenfold. A one-stop center in Kadama district, Uganda, operates various processing machines introduced by SAA. One of them is the cassava chipping machine. Traditionally, drying cassava takes 2 weeks to dry, causing chips to deteriorate even before drying. Now they can dry them in 1 day because it allows them to cut in small pieces. It added the value of the products because it no longer damages the products in the drying process, producing whiter chip with a fresh smell.
The mother organization has been Sasakawa. Several farmers have achieved a lot, and as we shall go along, if time allows, we shall go to a certain farmer who, after getting all this knowledge, has acquired a very wonderful house. Through the knowledge he has got, he's educating his children.
Theme 3: Public-Private Partnership and Market Access. The third theme aims to establish public-private partnership involving stakeholders along the value chain, such as input dealers, microfinance institutions, and agro-industries. It is critical for smallholder farmers to organize themselves as farmer-based organization to work with these actors for more profitable access to market. The theme supports women agro-processing cooperatives by providing a number of trainings, including business planning and management. It helps the women members run their business to generate income in a sustainable manner. The theme also carries out trainings on cooperative management and collective marketing for a number of cooperatives and unions. It enables those big farmer-based organizations to sell their produce to agribusiness corporations and international organizations such as the World Food Program.
Le thème 3 porte sur le partenariat public-privé et l'accès au marché et la politique globale de développement du partenariat public-privé pour soutenir la politique de développement de la vulgarisation agricole, mais aussi le développement agricole d'une manière générale dans les pays de Sasakawa Africa. Au Mali, ce thème a tout particulièrement travaillé pour la mise en place de l'organisation des bourses de céréales, une bourse nationale de céréales, mais aussi une bourse nationale de semences. Et en plus de ça, il a œuvré pour la mise en place de centres de prestation de services pour donner l'opportunité aux différents acteurs d'avoir accès au marché, mais aussi d'avoir accès au crédit. Et en plus de ça, des plateformes multi-acteurs ont été mises en place au Mali pour donner l'opportunité aux différents acteurs de nourrir des contrats de prestation avec les différents acteurs de la chaîne de valeur.
Theme 4: Human Resource Development. The fourth theme, Human Resource Development, involves partnership with agricultural universities to train the frontline personnel, mainly extension agents.
As you know very well, agriculture in Africa is moving very, very fast with the associated complex issues. We need therefore to have competent staff who can deal with those issues. We have, however, observed in our fieldwork that most of agricultural extension workers in Africa are not well equipped to deal with those issues. It is therefore why our human resource development field works very closely with agricultural universities and colleges to retrain those extension workers. We are currently working with 22 universities and colleges in Africa. We have been able to train so far more than 5,000 agricultural extension workers who are working in the ministries of agriculture and also with NGOs in Africa.
Theme 5, Monitoring, Evaluation, Learning, and Sharing. The fifth theme concerns the management of program information through monitoring and evaluation, as well as data collection. Over more than 25 years, since 1986, SAA has carried out its activities in 15 African countries in total, including the 4 countries where activities are currently underway.
We are currently operating in Ethiopia, Mali, Nigeria, and Uganda. And for a long time, we are fully funded by Nippon Foundation, but after the restructuring which started in 2008, we have diversified our partners and we now have projects which are fully funded by other donors, including but not limited to JICA, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, CEDA Canada, World Food Program, just to mention a few. And we also have brought on board a private company called K+S, which is a German-based company. In each country, we work within government extension delivery system because the purpose is to strengthen this kind of system to serve the farmers better.
Now, over the years then, since Sasakawa has been around, that proof is there. But governments need to take this one up. So some of the countries we have moved away from, they're still our biggest potential to lift people out of poverty, to provide not just food, but also to create jobs as well. And most of agriculture in Africa is done on small holdings. It's very, very small holdings. So farmers need to be organized in a different way. And for our heads of state to be urged that there is an opportunity now for us to show a difference on that continent.
ウガンダの農業祭を見てきましたけども、27年前と比べたらもう革命的に変わってきておりますし、アフリカ大陸の問題っていうのは、常にその貧困ということが問題になるわけでございまして、彼らを何とかしてあげたいという気持ちで今まで27年頑張ってきました。着実に良くなっておりますし、これは成功しなければいけないという私たちは強い信念で努力を続けています。
Take it to the farmer.